Alright guys, and welcome to episode 3 of this Road to Glory series with Salford City on FIFA 20. Alright, before we actually get started with this episode then, I've been paying attention to some comments we've had on the last couple of episodes, and one of the suggestions was that we swap out the keeper. Neil has done pretty well for us in pre-season and first game at season, although he's apparently not the first choice goalkeeper at Salford anymore, so we are going to put in Kyle Letheran, I assume that's pronounced. He is slightly higher rated as well, so it makes sense. We will put him into the starting lineup and see how he gets on. I've also had some help in how to pronounce the striker whose name I couldn't pronounce for the first 2 episodes. Disaruwe, apparently, but I've been told that Salford fans just call him Manny, so for now on we will probably just call him Manny. It'll be much easier for me to say that during games when I'm commentating, won't it? Before we do crack on with episode, transfer business, we haven't done any more transfers yet, but what I have done is added Troy Parrott onto the transfer hub. We are currently scouting him, because I know for a fact that his rating is low enough for us to consider bringing him in on loan. I'm not going to try and buy him because that would just be so unrealistic, but he hasn't featured once for Spurs in league yet. He did feature in Carabao Cup last night, but he hasn't featured even on bench in league. So I think if a team were to come in with a loan offer where he'd get regular football, could be realistic. So we'll wait for the scout report to come back and have a look at him, and we might consider bringing him in before the window shuts. We have still got most of August to play though before window shuts, and we will be starting today's episode with more league action. So have a quick look at the calendar. We start then against Crawley Town, who are I think 3 places above us in the league thanks to both of us drawing, so it's just the luck of the alphabet. And then we will be playing Carabao Cup action against Ipswich, so a team in the League 1 Championship. Better team than us anyway, so that might be a difficult draw for us. We are still in transfer window territory, so it is still 2 games an episode. Hopefully we can bag our first league win then after drawing 2-2 against Stevenage last episode. Let's move forward to that first game episode then, shall we? This is what we have been waiting for, and I did have it pointed out to me in the comments that I should be using the training. I do plan to use the training heavily in this career mode. It is a road to glory and we are going to be relying mainly on youth talent, but I want to wait until we've at least had this first scout report come back and we see if we sign anybody from the scout report before I make any decisions regarding training. Now I need to remember that I am at a League 2 club, so should be looking at League 2 caliber players basically. With my Tottenham career save last season, and to a degree my Wednesday save as well, we looked at players with the higher range of potential. On this, given we're starting in the lowest tier of English football, I can look at players with lower potential who we could then perhaps move on down the line and replace them with better players as we progress. So what I'm actually looking at the minute is the overall current ratings, and that this guy anywhere between 50 and 68 for his current overall. So if you say it's somewhere in the middle of that, it's probably not quite good enough for first team, but might be depending on where it falls on that range. We'll have a quick look through. 65 to 89 on the potential up to 91 with him. What I would like is a quality striker. That would be ideal. We've only got 6 players come back on this report so far. There's no one that immediately jumps out to me. And obviously there's still a lot of scouting to do anyway, so what I might do for now is just leave the scout doing his job, and we'll see how those ranges sort of condense a little bit with the next scout report. He could be good if his potential is in that upper range, and he's possibly a striker. But we'll leave the current crop of players to continue to be scouted. And we've had an offer for Disaruwe. Well, that ain't happening. Manny, you ain't going nowhere. Especially not for 420 grand. I mean, it's above his valuation. but he's been first team for us so far, hasn't he? That ain't happening. Time for game 1 then. Let's see what we can do away at Crawley Town. Honestly, no idea if it's going to be a difficult one or an easier one. Like I say, my knowledge on League 2 isn't exactly amazing, but I want to win every game. We went attacking against Stevenage last episode, and that's what I'm going to try and do again this episode when we play Crawley. Let's try and bag them 3 points. Crawley's lineup then: Morris, Frankham, McNerney, Tunnicliffe, Doherty, Bullman, Powell, Payne, Nadasahan, Gallic and Nathaniel George. We know that our lineup's not changed other than bringing Leatheran in goal. This might be a little bit more competitive because we are playing the exact same formation as them. No, we're not. What am I talking about? Yeah, I'm talking complete nonsense, aren't I? Because we play a 5-3-2. Ignore that one then. We are both playing with defensive midfielders though, so both a little bit conservative. I expect that from us being the away team, but we will have that extra man at the back thanks to the 5-man defence. George is looking to get the ball across. He does. Burgess half deals with it and we can punt it upfield. Stepping off a little bit, let him have some space and just try and stand firm. We don't do that. Great save by Leatheran. Frankham again, sends it down side to Powell again. Ball in and should be cleared. What are we doing? Well done, Leatheran. Passes it across to Towell. Towell in space. Opened up a little pocket for himself. There's Rooney in the box. Across. Oh, pass were in front of Manny. He should have buried that. That were a perfect cutback. Back to Payne. Ball out wide to Nathaniel George. Can't dance by his man this time. And Hogan cut that out brilliantly. Here is Lloyd. See what he can do with his pace. He goes backwards. Here's Figueroa. Looks to go over at top. Looking for Toure. Can we get it? We can. Can we get a cross off? No. Great tackle. And there's Frankham. Oh, Manny. What were you doing? We were at control. There weren't none. Headed back down is Powell. Galak. And poor effort in end from Powell. And, well, referee blew the whistle then. Happened without me even realising it. So at the break, it is Crawley 0, Salford 0. Powell's shot was the final kick of the game, and I had no idea whistle had blown. Payne again. Bullman, well cut out by Towell, but ball falls back to Bullman with look at bounce. Payne through middle. Ah, he's got him behind. Great save by Leatheran. And, well, I were going to say that could set up a nice counter-attack, but it didn't. And another good save. Bullman whips it out wide. Going to keep that in. Frankham does keep it in. Ball comes through middle. Well done, Piergiani. And Manny goes backwards. Lloyd, Burgess. Oh, why? Figueroa, your passing has been so off in this game. It's off at top. Goes out wide. Nathaniel George crosses it in, and this time the keeper can't save the shot. Galak has put the ball back at net. All that space out on side. It's that wing again. Wiseman just can't keep track, and my defence just standing there solid. Nobody went for that. Just everybody watched it go straight over him, and keeper can't save it. Burgess, Lloyd, cut out by goal scorer Galak. Well done though, Lloyd. Doherty cuts that out. There's Bullman. Payne. Doherty again. Nathaniel George. Oh, that's hacked down. Ref is going to wave play on. Player is still down. Play's carried on enough now to mean that it probably won't be pulled back. It's Bullman. It's Bullman's cross. Oh, that's in. How did that go in? Such a glancing header. We have gone 2-0 down. Such a glancing header for that goal. He hardly got a touch on it. It was like his hair brushed against it, and that were enough to put it in net. Wow. And again, Wiseman too slow. And every time we're having to pull players out of the centre to try and cope. And that were a poor pass from Wiseman as well. Maybe we will be looking at replacing him at right back. Got him behind again. Ball was crossed in well, and that's put over by Payne. We are making a couple of subs then. Wiseman is going off with Frailkeld coming on, and Lloyd goes off with Walker coming on in his place. Should be winning all of his headers. And, well, I were going to say that's gone out, but it weren't. It were kept in. Here's Walker. Fresh legs. Hopefully his pace can prove beneficial. It does. Threaded through for Rooney. Rooney looking to get a shooting position. He does, and it's a poor shot in end. And we're hoping to try and cut it straight across goal. There's Doherty. We are in injury time. It looks like we are going to get our first loss of the competitive season. Nathaniel George gets past his man again, even though we've changed who's aren't right. Oh, Smith hit box, and that is it. That has killed the game. That is 3-0 to Crawley. I'm going to have to seriously look at my tactics for this, because my defenders are just stepping off everybody. They're not going in for challenges at all. It was a well-took goal. Can't fault that. But my players are just static. I'm happy with formation that we play, but just the tactics need looking at. And there is the final whistle. Referee puts us out as misery. It is ending. Crawley 3, Salford 0. Post-match interview time then. Let's see what questions we've got this time. Asking why we didn't get a chance to start our new player. I don't think the answer that is true is actually going to be on there, is it? I just forgot. This wasn't an appropriate match. Needs times to adjust. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to them who wait. He's still unhappy, but his morale has gone up a little bit. That'll do. You think that certain changes or a different approach could have helped in this game? Well, blame is mine, isn't it? Let's face it, because it's me controlling all players, although I know that's not what that option's meant to mean. Salford City did not manage to score today, ended up losing the game. What went wrong? Well, the other team scored and we didn't. Isn't that pretty obvious? Our performance was unacceptable. It was. I don't care if morale's gone down. We weren't good enough. And I did say with these questions on career mode, I am going to be answering honestly rather than just trying to feed into my team's ego and boost morale. We were dreadful that game, and hopefully we can improve that. Well, with that said, all we can do is move forward, can't we? And it is cup action next. Carabao Cup against Ipswich. Not going to hold out much hope about that one either. Martin Smith is hoping to get a chance to play. I'll consider it. His morale's gone up a little bit. Might bring him off at bench. We do need to make changes to put Sigurdsson on the bench, don't we? Maybe we should start him. I think we'll take Whitehead off to put Sigurdsson on the bench. There's nobody else we really want to put on. No. We will. I think we'll give him a start. He is higher rated than Lloyd is, and we can always bring Lloyd on, give Lloyd a rest. I'm not expecting big things from this game though. If anything, it's going to be an even bigger loss than that last match, given that they are a much better team. But we'll see what we can do. See if we're going to progress to the next round at Carabao Cup. Let's switch lineup. Norris, Donasian, Nasiala, Webber, Garbutt, Rowe, Nydam, El Mizuni. What else do we get? Roberts, Lancaster, and Cardozo. 4-4-2. We make one change, bringing Sigurdsson into our starting lineup. We've also made some tweaks to the tactics, so we'll see what difference they make. Alright, my aim in this is to just not get battered. I don't mind if we lose. We're probably going to lose anyway, because I'm pretty sure Ipswich are a championship team. I just don't want it to be a cricket score, if possible. Knocked on, Burgess to Figueira. And knocked off at top, looking for Towel. Finds Sarawi. Oh, Rooney is in. Can we get the pass? We can. Get it in. There we go. Manny, 1-0 up already. Changing Rooney to get in behind instead of being a target man. You can see it changes already up front. Just so much space for Manny, and he just pops it straight in back at net. Middle at net. Slap bang. Well done Figueira, although Nydam picks it up. Picked out by Toure is Sigurdsson. First chance to have a look at his new player then. Knocked forward by Manny. Onto Towel. He finds Rooney. He's in space. Can he slot it past the keeper? No, he can't. And we can't get on the end of it either. Through middle. Cut out by Rowe. Not the pass we wanted. There's Roberts. Back to Rowe. Garbutt. El Mazzuni again. Trying to slowly work this into the box. Looking at that. And is that offside? Surely no. And it is in. All square. Ipswich equalise. Or do they? Nobody else is celebrating. No, they do equalise. That was just funny how the only player that celebrated was the goal scorer. Everybody else just started walking back up pitch. It is tucked away though. Simple tapping again. As I said, well, we're not going to free find lead with passes like that, am I? God awful. Defending, not being great. Straight through on goal. Oh, that were a terrible, terrible attempted save by keeper. I'm really starting to regret putting this guy in net. We're told to put him in because he is actually Salford's starting goalkeeper, but that was pathetic. Just goes to show that exactly what I said last episode about wanting to find a good young quality keeper is going to be really important in this, because both at keepers we've tried have not been brilliant. Rooney knocked on for Disarue, and defender cuts that one out. Hogan wins the header. It's to Wiseman. Burgess onto Figueira. Garbutt cuts that out. Figueira picks it up. There's Sigurdsson. Towel looking for a return pass to Sigurdsson, but Garbutt cut it out, and Ipswich can look on attack. It's Lancaster to El Manuzzi. Out wide, we row. He gets the cross in, and Leathern does make the save this time. Wiseman cut out by Roberts. Cardozo. Ball crossed in, and that is buried in back at net. This is more like the scoreline we were expecting against Championship side. It is going to end up like a cricket score. The defence at least are trying to get stuck in this time. Last game they were just static and not doing a thing. At least this game we are trying to get tackles in. And it is Lancaster who scores. Keeper starfishing and doing absolutely nothing with it. Towel, what you doing, kid? There we go. I said kid, I'm sure he's about my age, but anyway. There's Rooney, knocked on for Sigurdsson. He cuts it back. That's offside, I think. Yep, offside, Toure. Unlucky lad. There's Sigurdsson. Does brilliantly. Manny. That's 3-2. We have pulled one back. On attack, we are not doing too bad. It's just defensively, again, same errors. We are getting through their defensive lines, though, aren't we? And Manny, with his second goal at game. Straight across keeper. There's Roberts. El Mazzuni crossed in, and that's wide by Lancaster. We've got enough time to take this goal kick. We are very near to half time. We're in stoppage time now. Rooney couldn't win the header. There's Garbutt. Knocked forward. El Mazzuni. It's Cardozo. Cut out by Figueira. We've got time for one counter-attack maybe. Possibly. Over at top. Oh, referee. That were going straight over at top, and Manny would have been one-on-one with keeper. Instead you blow whistle. Well, at half-time it is Ipswich 3, Salford 2. There's Wiseman looking for Towel. Finds him, who looks for Rooney. Can we have another easy tap in? Oh no. Defender cut it out. That should have been 3. And it would have been Manny's hat-trick as well. It's just Oh, I thought we'd got that. Instead, we've conceded. What are we playing at? Just look at replay on this. Defender was first at ball, should have been on ball, but didn't actually touch it. He just stood off, and I were not telling him to stand off either. He just wouldn't touch the ball. And that's something that we noticed in, I think, first episode of this series. With pre-season games, where players just weren't trying to get the ball, when ball were like a foot away from him with no one near it. Garbutt again. Roberts gets his cross off, and keeper comes to collect. Let's try and whip this up. What was that? That were nearly a disaster. That were a disaster. Alright, keeper's going to have to try and come out. He does. Offside? Yeah, we're an offside anyway. Keeper did well, though, to come out and block that shot. Roberts. Cardozo. That wide again. Crossed in. Defence and keeper not communicating. Keeper can football and the defender headed it away. Defender does well to head the ball away, but keeper comes for it as well, and it just leaves keeper stranded on ground, and it's a free net. There's Sears. Back to Sears. If that ex-West Ham player scores against us, I'm going to be raging. Wow. 6-2. You know, I'm pretty sure that this is the biggest loss I have ever had on FIFA since I started doing FIFA content on this channel. I don't even know what to say. We're just being carved apart now. There's Figueira. Ipswich players can smell blood. They're chasing every ball. Wiseman loses it. Rooney picks it up. That's a foul. Webber has been booked. Yeah, gonna go for a shot. Let's go for it, and up and over, and keeper had to tip it over in end. 66 minutes played. Wiseman, do your job, well done. There's Garbutt. Wiseman's age is actually starting to affect him as well. I think, oh, towel, what are we doing, lad? And then he gives it away after winning it back. Wow. I mean, that one, I weren't even going to stop, was I? The shot from there, like a bullet, but Jesus. What is my defence playing at? It's Cardozo, I think, that got that one. That killer pass just split my defence. To say I've got a three-man defence, you just can't tell that I've got numbers advantage at back. Nydam, forward to El Mazzuni. Here's Jackson. Sears. That's offside, thank you. We're making a couple of changes then. We are taking Sigurdsson and Towell off and bringing Lloyd and Smith on. Smith gets what he wants. He wanted some game time. Figueira. Lloyd. Manny. Looking for Smith. Didn't come back to him. Smith does win it back though. Here's Manny. Smith. And straight down throat and Norris. Easy saving end. There's Figueira. Lloyd. On for Smith. Tried feeding through to Rooney. Didn't happen. And there is the referee's whistle. As expected, we have suffered a heavy defeat in Carabao Cup. It is Ipswich 7, Salford 2. Post-match interview again then. This is going to be brutal. I can see morale going way down. Alright, yeah. Sigurdsson's debut was good. I'll give him that. He got an assist. It's clear to see why I bought him. Here we go. What more could I ask for? He's eager to play and shown that today. It's on about Manny doing everything he could. Yeah, Manny did well. An overall great performance from Disarue. His morale's gone up. He's happy. He shouldn't be. We've just been battered, but I'm not complaining that morale's up. Side was thrashed by Ipswich today. Any impressions? I hope my boys are listening to this. We were awful, or we are not ready for this stage. Let's go with that. I don't know what it is, but maybe, yeah, I hope my boys will listen to this. Questions like that only motivate us to do better next time. Alright. That's not a bad answer, I suppose. And it has improved morale. And that is unfortunately where we're going to be ending this episode, which is quite sad. We have got an email. It's just notification saying that Smith is happy that he played. Look forward to more game time. Keep wanting more. There we go, his morale's gone up again. He actually looked quite good when we brought him on. Let's just see, I don't think we've had the scout report back yet for Parrott. Now, we've got a rough idea of some of his stats though. I might just see if I can get him on loan anyway, to be honest. Alright, well, negotiations with Pochettino were a lot easier than expected. They were happy to loan him. We're hopefully getting him for a year if he does choose to come to us, although that's debatable since we are in League 2, and I think we'd be paying 40% of his wages. So, at least the offer's in anyway. We shall find out next episode whether that happens or not. But for now, we are going to leave this one here, guys. That were a bit of an unmitigated disaster, weren't it? We lost in the league. We have dropped down to 21st place in league. And then we got absolutely battered in Carabao Cup. I am not sad to be out of the cup. I'm really not. Because when we're in League 2, yeah, it brings in a little bit of money the further we get along the cup. But it's just adding unwanted games and unwanted pressure to an already inflated fixture list, isn't it? And I would much rather get results in the league and get battered in cup early on than have a decent cup run but not get anywhere in league. For now though, we will leave that one there. If you enjoyed it, don't know why you would, because we got annihilated twice, but if you did enjoy it, guys, make sure you twat that thumbs up button and twat that subscribe button as well to keep up with content on channel. Social media links are all down below, you know what to do by now. And other than that, cheers for watching, guys, and as usual, I'll see you next episode.